Get ready to rev up the hottest anime of all time, Chainsaw Man. If you're new to the world of power and the public safety department, have no fear. Allow us to introduce you to the big guns of this series with a thrilling rundown of power in Chainsaw Man. From her intriguing backstory to her dynamic personality, and of course, her memorable appearances, you won't want to miss a thing. Let's start off with the most obvious question. Who is Power? Step right up and meet Power, the electrifying supporting character in the horror comedy manga sensation, Chainsaw Man. Written and illustrated by the talented Tatsuki Fujimoto, this series takes place in a world where devilish nightmares come to life. Power makes her grand entrance as the third member of the elite devil hunting squad led by the mysterious Makima. But wait, there's a twist! Power is actually a fiend, a human corpse possessed by a devil. This gives her the power to heal by chugging down some good old-fashioned blood. On her first mission with a gang, Power gets a sniff of the sea cucumber devil and goes in for the kill like a boss. With a blood-made hammer, she slams the devil down but gets scolded by Makima for stealing another hunter's prey. Jeez. Power, being the quick thinker she is, blames it all on her partner Denji, and the two bicker like siblings until Makima steps in. During their patrol, Power drops some juicy tidbits about her life, like how she's a cat lover and hates humans and devils because one of them stole her beloved feline, Meowie. Desperate to save her furry friend, Power teams up with Denji to take down the devil who kidnapped Meowie. But in a moment of weakness, Power reveals she's been lying and offers Denji as a sacrifice to the Bat Devil in exchange for Meowie. Big mistake! The Bat Devil punishes her by gobbling her and Meowie whole. But wait, there's more! Inside the devil, Power realizes her love for Meowie is just like Denji's love for Pochita. In a heroic moment, Denji saves the day and eliminates the Bat Devil. Power is in disbelief as to why he went to such lengths to save her, but Denji's answer is simple: he just wants to feel her chest. Power may think his motives are foolish, but she allows it since she's got her feline back. That's not the end. The Leech Devil attacks and Denji does his best to fend it off. But in comes Aki to save the day and defeat the devil with a bite of the Fox Devil. At the hospital, Aki interrogates Denji about Power's attempt on his life, but Denji covers for her. Power soon moves in with Aki and Denji as part of Makima's orders and sticks to her promise to Denji by allowing him 3 squeezes, one for saving Meowie, one for defeating the Bat Devil, and one for lying to Aki. Although she no longer needs to be a devil hunter now that Meowie is safe, she stays by Denji's side and becomes part of the 6-member squad for the epic Hotel Morin mission. If you thought this was crazy, just wait until you take a load of what's coming next. How many forms does Power have? This lady's got 2 forms and they're both bad to the bone. In her fiend form, she slays with her long locks that are either blonde, pink, or strawberry blonde, depending on where you catch her. And those horns, fangs, and eye-catching yellow and red peepers with a cross pattern? Nothing short of iconic. But wait, there's more. Power can also transform into a 4-armed humanoid powerhouse in her devil form. Yikes! Let's just say, this girl is a force to be reckoned with. Apart from her devilish looks and multiple forms, she's got a crazy set of abilities. Buckle up, you're in for a ride. Not only can she slurp down blood to restore her health, but she's got a nose for the red stuff like no other, spotting it from miles away. And when it comes to fighting, Power's got some slick moves that are sure to leave her enemies in a blood-red haze. But wait, there's more! Power's got a trick or two with blood, that's for sure. She can whip up weapons using her own blood, control her opponent's blood, and even create a rain of blood spears and swords to take down anyone in her path. And if you're lucky or unlucky enough to have made a contract with Power, she'll even transfer her life energy and blood to you. Talk about a wild ride! So whether it's her long hair, horns, fangs, or her cross-eyed yellow and red eyes, there's no mistaking Power when she's in the room. She's one bloodthirsty gal that you definitely don't want to mess with. We've talked a lot about what this girl's capable of. Let's take a deeper look into what's going on the inside. Power is a total goofball. She's childish, greedy, and all about herself, but don't let that fool you. She loves a good fight and will stop at nothing to prove her superiority. Yikes! Just don't get on her bad side, or she might blame you for eating all the emergency food. This devil hunter is also pretty gross. She barely bathes, flushes the toilet, and thinks humans are too sensitive about hygiene, as we should be. And she's a compulsive liar, constantly deflecting the consequences of her actions onto others. But despite all that, Power has a vulnerable side too. Who would have thought? After returning from hell and facing her fears, she needs the help of her friends to eat, sleep, and bathe. And she's even capable of feeling compassion for her pet and her closest friends. But the real shocker, Power develops a loyalty to Denji that's so strong she even sacrifices her own life to save his. So as you can see, Power is a total contradiction, a devil hunter with a heart of gold. Now that we know that Power's capable of showing emotion, is she capable of building strong relationships? It's safe to say Power's first and foremost relationship is with her cat. Power may have started off as a bloodthirsty fiend, but her love for her feline friend Meowie is no joke. We all remember how willing she was to trade Denji's life for a chance to save her beloved kitty from the clutches of the Bat Devil. But when she thought Meowie was no more, Power was in a tailspin of sadness. times. She even felt a pang of empathy for Denji before eventually becoming the Bat Devil's next meal. Let's just say Power has a soft spot for her furry friend, even if it means putting her own life on the line. Speaking of Denji, Power and Denji were like oil and water in the beginning, with Power ready to serve him up to the Bat Devil for a feline friend, Meowie. But as fate would have it, Denji came to the rescue and the trio ended up shacking up at Aki's place. It's not always smooth sailing though, with these two constantly bickering and causing mischief for their poor roommate, Aki. Despite their love-hate relationship, Power eventually developed a deep affection for Denji and she was willing to give up her own life to protect him. She considers him her first ever friend, and they bicker like siblings, just like Makima says. How's it been going with Aki and Makima though? When Power moves in with Aki, she quickly becomes the bane of his existence. With her brash attitude and tendency to be a total pain, it's no surprise that Aki is often left pulling his hair out. We feel you, Aki. But despite all the trouble she causes, Power slowly grows to love him like a pesky little sister. Aww. The two of them have a love-hate relationship that can only be described as a cross between a grumpy older brother and a mischievous younger sister. Power never fails to bring chaos, but deep down, Aki knows he wouldn't want it any other way. It's a whole different story with Makima though. Power and Makima have a love-hate relationship, if you can even call it that. Power is terrified of Makima's devilish abilities, and her unnerving calm demeanor can make Power shake in her boots. But when Makima dangles the idea of being her pet again, Power's worry turns into excitement faster than you can say Chainsaw Man. Unfortunately for Power, Makima's heart is as cold as her stare and she takes Power out without batting an eye. Well, at least Power won't have to deal with her boss's charming personality anymore. So what's next for Power? Well, if history has taught us anything, it's that Power never fails to surprise us. We can expect her to continue kicking butt and taking names, all while maintaining her signature sass and sarcasm. Until next time, folks, let's keep our chainsaws wrapped and our eyes peeled for what's next. Thanks for watching. See you soon.